So finally then we want to get to the team side of it. So remember back to our definition of a business. Business is a commercial, profitable enterprise that works, guess what? Without you. Without me, okay, in my case. So when we sit down and we start thinking about getting this business to work without us, that means it's got to work with other people. So what quality of team do you want to build? High quality team. So to do that, do we need to learn recruiting, yes or no? Yeah, we got to learn how to recruit the best people. And here's the funny thing about most people when it comes to recruiting. Most people just put a help wanted ad out there and they hope that the right people will actually come to it. That might have worked 20 years ago, it doesn't work today. Hiring and recruiting the greatest people is about understanding. See, back to my sports people again in the room. How much time, energy and effort do sporting teams put into actually recruiting the best people? How much? Massive amounts. Why? By the way, are they looking for people that are cut from the team already? Are they looking for people without a job? No, they're only looking for what? People that already have jobs. See, the best employees come from other companies. The best employees already have jobs. So you've got to learn how to recruit, not just how to write a help wanted ad. It's a very big part of building a great team. But you've also got to learn management. You've also got to learn leadership. See, again, the learning work is the hardest work of business ownership. It's pretty easy to do the work. The cutting hair stuff, dead easy. Learning how to grow the business, learning the sales, the marketing, the management, the leadership, that stuff's hard. It takes time to learn it. But that's our job as business coaches, to help you learn this stuff. So, when you look at building a team, we do it in a simple format. As the owner of the business, or the head of the business, the CEO of the business, your job is to take care of your team. Your team's job is to take care of the customer's job to take care of the business, and the business job to take care of you as the owner. Now in most scenarios, the owner's taking care of how many of these three things? All of them. The owner's taking care of the business, the customers, the team. They're running themselves ragged trying to do it. If instead the owner builds great systems, the owner helps build productivity into the company, invests in the future, does the thing, does the planning, does the owner's work. So you've got to remember, I want you doing business owners' work, not just employees' work within your company. So once you start doing owners' work, you build your team. Your team's job then is to take care of the customers. And here's a real interesting fact. The level of relationship between the owner of the business, or the CEO, and the team is directly proportional to, guess what? The relationship between the team and the customers. If the relationship between the owner and the team is good, then the team will take care of the customers. If the customers are being taken care of by the team, guess what they'll take a lot of care of? The business, by coming back, spending more, referring more people, and doing a lot of business with you. So we've got to get it to that point. Ultimately, then that takes care of the owner. So team building is a major part of business success. Now, why do we do it after systems? Why do we do the basics first? Because we need the basics to be right before we do any marketing. Why do we then do marketing? Because we need money to pay for the systems. We also need the systems to make it more efficient before we go and hire more team, before we build the team. What's the use of building a team if you've got a lack of efficiency in the business? We want efficiency, we want a good system, and then we go and build a great team. Does that make sense to everyone so far? So then we go to the synergy and results part of this thing. This is where you start the duplication. This is where your freedom kicks in. This is where your personal growth, and you can get to do other opportunities and stuff. Up until here, where we get to team, what we're doing is buying back your time. We're making the extra money to hire the better people, to build the better system, so that you can actually work less. Most of you understand this it's very simple. If you had better systems and better people, would you be working less? Yes or no? Yes. You have better marketing, better systems and better team, would you be making more money? Absolutely. If you've got better mastery, the basics of the business, are you having to put out less fires and being more proactive? See, the first part of working with a coach is fixing the basics of the business, this mastery aspect down here. Once you've got the basics fixed, then it's time to do the fun stuff, you know. And sometimes fixing it will take a month or two. Sometimes it takes 6, 12, even 18 months to get a business fixed. It depends on how badly you've messed it up, I guess. Determines how long it takes to do that. Now, ultimately, then we go to the niche, and that could take 3, 6, 12 months. It could even take 2 years to get the marketing stuff right. Depends on how good your marketing is today and where you're at with it today. But then we go on to the systemization. Again, another 3 to 6 months, depending upon where you're at. Maybe bigger if you're in a bigger business. And then we go to the team building. Again, another 3 to 6 months. It takes time to do this stuff. A lot of people think that, hey, I'm looking for the silver bullet in business. I'm looking for that one idea that's going to save the whole thing. The reality of business is that you don't double a business with one idea. One idea doesn't add 100%. But 100 ideas that add 1%, This is how you double a business. It's the small changes along the way. This little small change, this little small change, they add up to massive change within the business. So Richard Branson, probably one of the most famous entrepreneurs worldwide, the Virgin brands, all of these things, he said it very, very simply. If I can, and this is the thing, what if I teach you how to run one business, can you then go and buy another business and do it again? If I teach you how to run a business, you can run as many of them as you want. You can run bigger ones than the one you're currently running. You can add zeros and upgrade to a bigger business, a better business than the one you're in. You know, but it's the learning of how to run the business that is what takes the time. The challenge is we didn't all have different jobs. We didn't have jobs in sales and marketing and all of these things to be trained by other people how to run our business. So we had to learn it along the way. One of my greatest mentors, Jim Rohn, and a very, very smart man. I was 16 years of age when I went to his first ever seminar, and pretty sure it changed the course of my life, in the Brisbane City Town Hall. And I was sitting there as a 16-year-old, probably the youngest person in the room, taking notes hand over fist. But the two things that he said that stood out to me most. Number one, he said, never wish your life were easier, wish that you were better. See, don't wish business was easier, become a better business person. You know, don't wish that this thing is going to change, because it's not. It's just going to get harder and harder if you keep going down the same road. The reality of business is that the reason businesses keep disappearing is that the owners don't keep learning how to change and grow with the way the market is. Is business getting easier or harder out there? Which one, gang? Harder. There's more and more people wanting to compete with you. The economy gets tougher and tougher. There's more red tape. There's often more taxes, all of this sort of stuff. That doesn't mean we shouldn't do it, though. It means we should learn how to do it better and how to do it more effectively. Second thing Jim Rohn said, work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Now I translate that to work harder on yourself than you do on your business. See, if you become a better business person, what all of a sudden happens? You build a better business. It's not rocket science, gang. This is a pretty easy way that we need to actually think about it. Building a business is not that hard if you know how. The challenge is how you're going to learn it. You're going to read all the books, or you're going to go and do courses. Most of you don't have the time for that. But do you have time to meet with a coach every week? Do you have time to have someone work with you every single week? For most of us, the answer is yes. You know, I put it very, very simply. Where you get to in 5 years' time depends on the people you meet, the books you read, and the action you take. If you want to do the best decision you can, make a big decision. Take a big step. But working through the 6 steps is a very clear, systematic methodology. You know what a lot of business owners find when I show them the 6 steps? For the first time, they now actually have a plan how to get their business to work without them. For the first time, they now actually know how to make the business work so they don't have to. That's ultimately the goal. That's where we want you to get to, and that's why I started ActionCOACH. Hopefully you'll join us, and hopefully you'll understand how powerful these systems are for growing your business. Thanks, everyone.